What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lake Life Fishing. Today I'm going to be doing a review on a fishing backpack. Just kind of the one that I prefer out of everything. I've done a lot of research on fishing backpacks, and there are a lot of really good backpacks on the market right now. But the Spiderwire backpack was probably my favorite when I did my research on all of them for a few reasons. It's about $60 on Amazon and about $70 on Dick's Sporting Goods. You can get them anywhere. It's around 60, 70 bucks. But what it comes with is about 3 tackle boxes, and then you also have a lot of storage space up in the top for like personal items or basically other fishing equipment and stuff. So this backpack is really versatile. Another thing that I really like about it is the fact that it has the rod holders. So and a lot of other fishing backpacks that I looked at don't actually have rod holders on them. And so this one having rod holders was a huge selling point for me, and it's probably the main reason why I chose this backpack over others, was the fact that it had rod holders on it. Because when I travel, I mainly fish with, as you can see, telescopic fishing rods, and when I'm fishing, I don't want to have to carry those rods. So having rod holders on the backpack, being able to collapse the rods down and just put them in their rod holder and just walk away with everything on your back, it's super nice to be able to do that. It's just super handy. And that's, like I said, that's probably the main reason why I bought this backpack in particular. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through it and kind of show you how I have everything set up right now. I don't have everything completely set up to how I want it. I'm still packing it for my next trip, but I'm going to go over what I mostly have in the backpack and just over some of its components and storage compartments. So let's get into that. Okay, first things first, we're probably going to go over the rod holders, my favorite part on this fishing rod. So you can see right there, it's got 2 rod holders on each side of it. And the way I have it set up is basically just, there's 3 pieces, 3 straps. You can get at my rod out. So there's 3 straps. There's one up here. There's one in the middle, just kind of hold everything together. And then what it has is actually a loop right here. And that's where you would put your handle of your rod in to hold it in place. So it has that on both sides, so you can hold 2 rods. I found out you can actually fit about 2 rods in each holder because these loops at the bottom are actually big enough to hold 2 handles of reels. So I will be carrying 3 rods with me at all time. I have 2 big rods because I'm saltwater fishing, so I'm bringing 2 bigger, heavier duty rods, and then I'm bringing 1 smaller rod for, you know, throwing small baits, jigs and stuff. So I have the 2 big ones, and then I have the 1 small one. Also, I actually really suggest using telescopic rods for traveling. They're not super crappy if you can buy the right kind. Now, this one is not the most expensive. It was around 40 bucks for it, and I believe Quantum makes it. But it's a telecast fishing rod, and I think Quantum makes the rod, but it feels super nice. I used it this summer for bass fishing, putting it in my car so I could just have a rod with when I was driving around. And I caught bass with it, and it works pretty good. You know, I mean, the reel feels really nice. It feels like actually good quality. So I would suggest this rod as well if you're looking for something small and travel with. It's around 40 bucks, depending on where you get it. But this is a very good rod. I would suggest it. So that's what I have in the rod holders. I'm also using a Frabill foldable net when I go fishing. This is around 30 bucks, but I got it on sale for around 13 at Walmart. But I mean, this is pretty simple. Just kind of fold it out, fold it back in, wrap it, sponge it up, and then I kind of put that just in the rod holder as well, just because it's big enough to be held there. Okay, so next what we're going to look at probably is the tackle compartment. So the tackle compartment is right here in the base, and there's 2 ways you can adjust your tackle compartment. you can either have it go off of the front and you would unzip it like that, and then you have all of your tackle right here, or what you can do is you can actually unzip the top, and there's a Velcro piece that goes up on the roof right here, and you can actually take that out, get rid of it, and then what you can do is actually put your tackle boxes in vertically instead of horizontally like I have it here. I actually prefer the horizontal just because then you're able to use all the space up here, which is actually a pretty good area. So this is kind of divided into 2 spots. So you have your tackle spot down here, your tackle box, and then up here where I have all this stuff, it's actually designed, it says on the tag that it's supposed to be somewhat of a cooler, so it's a little bit, if you feel the inside, this whole compartment is actually a little bit insulated with some heavier material than the rest of the bag, and that's to keep your bait cool or food cool, whatever you want to put in there. I probably won't be keeping too much food or stuff in there, just because, I mean, I want to use all this space for tackle as much as I possibly can. So, like I said, you have 3 boxes. These boxes can hold quite a bit. Let's show you. So that I've got, you know, a few crankbaits. I've got a spook in there, some spinner bait, a spoon, just basic stuff, and then you get 3 of those. So you can kind of adjust it to however you want and put whatever you want in the bags. One thing I found out that would be helpful though is, I don't know if you can see this, but on each box I actually wrote down the style of different lures that are in each box. So that way, instead of pulling each box out to see what's in them, I know exactly what box I want to go to. If I want to get, you know, hooks, sinkers and stuff, I can go, okay, I need my bottom box, grab that out instead of pulling all of them out and looking through them. I mean, it's not that hard to do, but it's just a little bit helpful. Or if I want, you know, a spook, I go, okay, I want this box up here because my spook is in there. So that's just a little tip for organizing your boxes in this spot. Another thing that I would suggest is that if you're fishing saltwater or if you're fishing freshwater, depending if you use live bait or not, or dead bait, in saltwater we use shrimp a lot. So I actually bought these. These are from Plano. They're supposed to be like plastic boxes, sealed containers. You can use them pretty much for everything. They're just a storage container. They're sealed with a rubber gasket on the lid. And then I bought these for putting cut bait, shrimp, squid, basically any bait in there that I don't want to carry around or I don't want to have stink up my hotel room or anything. So I bought 2 of these. They fit nicely inside, and then you can put all your bait in there and it won't smell at all. Another thing I did was I made a little divider. So I just cut some cardboard, taped it together, and just slid it in there, because one problem is that the top is very soft, so it's going to collapse a bit. So I kind of put this in there as well as to keep this whole area kind of like from condensing and everything squashing around. So this is a good idea, I thought, to have a divider in there, kind of divide up each side, and then you can put stuff in the divider. So like in this divider I have, you know, some like pre-made shark rigs and stuff like that. And then the other side I have all my plastics, you know, like, you know, Senkos and all that good stuff. So it's really nice to be able to customize it however you want. This is how I wanted to customize it. You can do it however you want to do it. I would say that this is my favorite way I found of doing it, and I would suggest it to you guys as well. So anyways, that's the tackle compartment. There's nothing really else in there. And like I said, the top part is supposed to be a cooler, and the bottom part is supposed to be where you keep your tackle boxes, so it's more insulated. Now in the front you have a sunglasses holder, so you can put your sunglasses in there. Keep them safe. Just a word of, you know, caution, it's not the most strongest thing. It's actually soft on this side, but it's hard on the outs. It's hard on this side, but it's soft right here. So you could have something still crush your glasses potentially. So it's not the best sunglasses holder that I've seen, but you know, it works pretty well. Now we're gonna go into the top parts. Actually, the side compartments. So your tackle bag will come with 2 side compartments each side, and these can be used. These are just like regular backpacks, except these ones will zip up and down. So basically, it can be like a water bottle holder. That's what they're supposed to be. One thing I found out would be great to use one of them for is because I can put water in the top part. Is fishing line. I can fit about. Alright, see how many I have in here. I have about 4 spools of fishing line in here, and I can use this stuff for leaders and stuff. So I've got 2 smaller rolls and I've got 2 bigger rolls. Anyways, that's what I thought would be a good idea to use this compartment for, is just fishing line and stuff like that. Now the other side, and you'll see, the other side is actually where I stick the net handle into. And then as well as each side comes with these loops on the side. So what I thought, instead of putting, you know, like my mouth spreader or fish grabber inside of the bag, I just clip them onto these loops. That way they're always hanging outside the backpack, and I can always get at them as fast as I need to. Always really easily accessible. So that's just another tip I would suggest you do. Keep all of your de-hooking tools like pliers, mouth spreader, you know, hemostat, all that kind of stuff. I would suggest keeping that on the outside of your bag where you can easily grab it at any time, instead of shoving it inside of your bag where you're gonna have to dig through it when you have a fish on and you're keeping it out of the water. It's just gonna be a lot easier on the fish if you have all your stuff ready than if you're digging through your bag and you don't know where anything is. So it's always a good idea to keep your tackle bag organized. Okay, so now we have some compartments up here. So this is kind of a smaller compartment. It's more for like personal items. You could keep, I don't know, your phone, your chargers in here, I don't know, money, wallet, keys, anything. I am gonna be keeping all of my filming stuff in here. So it's got a big pocket right here. I'll keep my 2 cameras in, chargers, mounts in the back right here. I've got, you know, some extra back doors, mounts, batteries in there. So that's what I'm gonna be using this for. I think it's gonna work pretty nice. So that's the front compartment. There isn't too much to it. Now for the big compartment, it is basically just, it's that. So it's just a big pouch. And then, as you can see right there, this is the Velcro that I was talking about. So underneath this is all of my plastics and that box I built, and those bait containers. So like I said before, you can take that out, as well as that middle separation piece that was separating the tackle box, or the tackles. Well, you can also take this piece out right here. This is just a cheap flimsy piece to separate the 2 sides. You can put stuff in. You can take that out and this top piece out, and then you can you know, put your tackle boxes in vertically. You can customize this bag to a lot of different ways how you want it, but I mean, this up here you can just put, like, I don't know, a fishing shirt, hat, sunglasses, pretty much anything. Customize it to however you want. And then there's pretty much nothing else on here for storage wise. One thing I would have left to show you would be these straps. So this backpack comes with straps on it. It's got a chest strap and a waist strap. So if you're going to be walking a long ways, you can at least put these on, and it'll put less stress on your shoulders. And then obviously the back has more breathable mesh padding, so your back doesn't overheat from all the stuff you're carrying. It's got a nice handle up top with rubber grips on it, so if you just want to grab it and carry it, you're not going to slip. And then, like I said, these on the straps, they're just for your rod as well. So one suggestion I would have is on these loops right here. on the bottom, and something that I'm going to be doing is that, so these are built for full-size rods when you put them in, and it's just so the rod sits deeper in this hole, it doesn't fall out. But since I'm using telescopic rods, if you're using telescopic rods, that can be annoying because the rod is so short. The tip is going to be right here, and the rest is going to be below, and you're not going to be able to set your backpack down without, you know, laying it on its padding on the back. And I want to set it upright. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take some cloth. I'm actually going to sew some cloth to the bottom of this so it makes kind of more of a pocket, and then everything will sit up higher and just be in more control, and won't fall through. You can actually set it down. So that's just another suggestion I have if you're using telescopic rods, which probably most of you aren't using telescopic rods, but that's what I suggest. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this episode of Lake Life Fishing. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. It means a ton to me. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. And remember to live the lake life. Peace.